Right, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is basically on this machine, and as the title suggests, why won't it start normally and why won't it start when it's hot. So we're going to get into that in a minute. I'll just show you basically what's been going on. So start the machine now, rather than just turn the key. I have to hold this lever in, which you'll see in a second, and I hold that lever in and it starts reluctantly. The problem I've been having is that people have been stopping the machine and then unable to start it till it's cooled down. So let's tear into it, see if we can solve the problem and stop it happening again. Okay, so basically, sort of researching into this, it would appear that the issue lies with the fuel pump. So for whatever reason, this is struggling to put enough fuel in to start. And then when the engine's getting hot, it's making it almost impossible to start the machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this exit pipe off of this pump. I'm going to crank the engine over to see how much fuel we get from full throttle. And then I'm going to replace this fuel pump. I've got a couple of spare ones kicking around. But firstly, we're going to just take this pipe off. There should be enough clearance to just see what's coming out. In fact, I'll take it off at the engine as well, where it comes into the injector, because it'll give me a bit more flexibility. Of course, I've got to take it off there anyway, because I changed the pump. The pipe is in the way. So it's the other problem with these engines, very difficult to work on them. Right. Okay, that's enough clearance there now. Right, we'll just crank the engine over. Yeah, got hardly any fuel coming through there. There should be a spurt every now and again, and I've got nothing, which explains why when I'm pushing this fuel plunger forward to let more fuel in, that's not happening. So I'm going to switch the fuel off and undo this nut here, which is the inlet, and get that pump out. This pipe is actually being clamped onto the side of the engine, so I need to get around the back of the engine and undo that, get that clamp off and get this pipe out of the way, undo this, and we'll swap the pump out. And what we'll do is I'll bring you back once I've got the new pump fitted, and we'll just see if there's a big difference in the amount of fuel coming out there. Right, so new pump fitted, and we're just going to see now. I've screwed this back in, turned the fuel on, got a bit of moisture there already. So let's put the throttle down, crank it over, see what we get. Right, okay, there's a good amount of fuel coming out there now. So I'm going to put the injector pipe on, bleed the system, and let's see if we can get this to start without having to push this lever in here. Right, let's bleed the fuel through. Right, draining the battery, so I'm going to put a jump start on it. Let's turn that off for a sec. Right, now we're going to see if we can start. Okay, right, well there we have it. So fuel pump was the issue, and that's good news. It means that I can get this machine out on hire and back out earning money. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.